everybody, my name is I Am The Walrus, and I'm going to show you how to render your videos on Sony Vegas Pro 9 for the best quality in HD 720 I record at. First you need to open the file. Once you find the file, you need to wait for it to load, obviously. It should be done in a second. Then you need to right click the actual video itself, go to properties. You need to maintain aspect ratio off and then disable resample. You need to check, and everything else should be the same as what you see, and then just press OK. That's the first bit. The next bit, you go to the end and you click on the box checker on the end of the video. You need to stretch it to basically so you get rid of the black lines. Well, it could be whatever you want it to be, but if you want to copy my settings, what I use on the X and the Y center, then it might work for you, but if it doesn't, everyone's got their own way of doing it, and that's probably the best thing to do as far as getting rid of the black lines, because you will notice it. But once you've done that and you get rid of the black bits to make it all even, it should be fine, and just click off that. The next thing I do is click on the project video properties up on the left hand corner. Make sure the quality is always on full, and then you want to go to Manage Media Settings on the far right. It's like a folder, and then you find the video that you had, copy it, open it, and then make sure the settings are the same. I actually record in 1080, but I do render in 720, so I change it to 1280 to 720. And that's all. I usually always change the full resolution to best, and I change the pixel format to 32-bit rate. Yeah, the rest just copy the same. I always take the adjust source off because it's not really necessary. The audio I always put to best, and I think that is all for the rest of that one. Yep, and then I apply it, and then OK it. Next thing I do is the video effects. I do the colour corrector first, and I use Studio RGB to computer RGB, and just drag and drop that on the actual video itself. It just muddles about with the colour and the settings to make it look a bit more realistic to what you actually record it in. Then I do the same with the secondary, and just get off that. You don't need to change anything. Go to sharpness. You customize this. Do remove to none at first, and then change it to 0.020, and then save that as your own customization. Once you've done that, you click off that again. I do find these always work out for me, these settings. I haven't had a problem since. And then last thing I'll do is render. So rendering as, choose your file name of what you want it to be, the actual video to be called when you're using it. As you can see for all the I use an MP4 at the moment. I would usually use the one that I've highlighted at the moment, but I actually want it to be compatible with Adobe After Effects and things like that. So I use the Sony ABC one, MP4, MP3, so on, and check that. That's only if you want to use Adobe After Effects and other things to match the settings. Let's copy the bottom ones. That's what I do. Just save project markers to media file. That's what I use. Then you go to customize. You want to make sure that the file name's the same in the template. And then you want to make sure it's AVC if you're using the same format I was. High definition, it would be 1280 720, which is if you're recording in 720. Then I have the profile as baseline, and that should be at 29,029 frame rate. The pixel ratio should be 1000, and the bitrate is the most important bit. Whatever you're recording and whatever bitrate you're in, it should be as what you do it. I record in 11 bitrate, which I recommend. I wouldn't go anything lower. I'd always go higher, and you should always have it the same settings because then it'll match. So whatever you're capturing from, make sure you've got the same bitrate. Then the audio, always have it the same as that. Don't really need to muck about with it because it doesn't actually differ much. System, you don't need to worry about it as long as it's on MP4 file format, and you always put the video recording quality to best if you want obviously the best quality, and then you OK that, and then that is it really, and then you save it and it'll render as. Hope you all enjoyed my first tutorial. Hope if you'd like to see more, just let me know. If you could rate, comment and subscribe, I'd be most appreciated. And I am the Walrus. I'd like to know if you'd like me to do anything in the future. Gameplays,